When you listen to the word art style, what comes to mind? Is it a unique trademark for your drawings as an artist in which people can recognize easily in the art community? Or is it the amalgamation of different genres of media that you've consumed over the years and built up just to say it's just your original art style? What really constitutes as an art style? Is it supposed to be original? Or is it all just inspirations? The answer is both. Hello, I'm Floppy, and I'm here to teach you how you, as an artist, can find the right style for your art and how I have found mine. Oh, enough of that. Let's just start this crap. I don't really know how I can write this because I dedicate so much on that intro alone, but here we go. You gotta ask yourself this question. What do you like? Do you read comic books? Watch anime? Read manga? Or do you love this one game you've been a fan of for years? Oh wait, don't worry. Well, that's your answer. See you on the next video. Wait, you want me to explain in excruciating detail for you? Alright, fine. As I've said from the intro, you can either make your own style from scratch or take inspiration from a lot of the media you consume. The reason why I've said it can be both is because the more you draw one style you're a fan of, the more it's gonna evolve over time, and you would be at a certain point to saying, yes, this is my original style. I did it. People thought that you can think about things at the top of your head and drew it like it's nothing. Well, you're wrong! To make your own art style, you need to learn and take inspirations. Or, for the better word, do some research. And no, I'm not gonna make you type an 80-page thesis paper on what your art style should be. But you should at least search up inspirations that you can apply on your specific style. There is no such thing as a person that draws characters on the top of their head and say, yep, it's done, I wrap it up, we did it. No, dude, you need to refine it, revise it more, and look carefully. Compare your style to your other styles and see which one fits you the most. Go with an art style that aligns with your interests. Otherwise, if you keep drawing things you aren't interested in, you might end up hating making art at the end. Now, you might be asking, oh, but what kind of technique should I go for? Should I do rough sketches? Do painting styles? Should I do clean, hard shading renders? Listen, you can experiment with whatever brush style you like, but at the end of the day, choose the style you're most comfortable with and so used to doing and make it your own thing. When people look at your art portfolio filled with inconsistent art, they wouldn't know what kind of style they should expect from you, and that's no good. So I advise to only show your finished fully colored works where you use the same brush as your other drawings. It's okay to experiment with stuff, just don't put it in the front and center cause it would just mess up people's expectations of your works. I won't bore you with the history of art styles, but I will give you a clear vision of what it means. According to my source, an art style describes the visual elements that define how an artwork appears, offering a window into the artist's creative process. It can also reveal their vision, subject matter, and emotions, expressed on the canvas or through other mediums. Some examples I can give are the most common, such as pop art, abstract art, surrealism, hyperrealism, and so much more. Although the definition of art styles have now evolved into something way more specific for each medium, such as a specific cartoony art style, or an anime art style that plays around with the different features of the face and proportion sizes. Anyways, with all that said and done, let's talk about my art style journey. Now, I won't lie, I have suffered this condition that I had for years, and it's called inconsistent art style. No! But you know what? I fully embrace that inconsistency because an inconsistent art style, no matter how people say how much you regress, it's still your style. So now let me take you to my journey of how my style evolved. Of course, we start with the bare basics of drawing classic anime girls when I was 12. Notice how I would try and draw random anime girls on Pinterest. The big guys, the flowy hair, the small neck where you can easily break and all that. Now here is when I start drawing digitally, and this specific fandom may surprise you. I used to join the Ed's World Amino community. Yep, that's right. This is the cringiest part. I drew them as small anime boys. Oh god, what the fuck is that? Okay, you can clearly tell that I don't like using references for poses, because I thought I could do it without it. But no, use references, okay? Don't do the same mistake as I did. Oh, but looking at references is cheating! Shut up! It ain't cheating, okay? It's gonna help you improve your style, I swear! I am not gonna show you any more of this despicable art I did. Let's move on to the next fandom. Don't worry, the next fandom I joined, surprisingly, is a huge factor when it comes to my art style. Because, oh my god, I drew so much fan art for this game to the point where I had the art style to a T. I can perfectly replicate the characters in the franchise with my eyes closed like I was a machine. And it was none other than Danganronpa. Now this is where I truly improved my technique, because not only was I heavily obsessed with this one character, specifically in Danganronpa V3, all of my favorite artists resided here. And I took so much inspiration from them, and it truly made me find my way. At first, I started learning how to draw the Danganronpa art style, and it kind of became my thing. People loved it. To compare the progress I made when starting out on the community, this was before and after. Then, after that, I got burnt out and kinda left Amino and pursued Instagram. That's when I interacted with a lot of artists I'm grateful for. On 2018, I started getting into this one manga called Jibako Shonen Hanako-kun, or Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Now, I know the title is a bit weird, but it's basically about a ghost named Hanako-kun who's forever bound in an abandoned girl's toilet to grant wishes, and this girl, Yashiro, went there to wish for a love from a boy she had a crush on. It started out really cute and wholesome, while also maintaining that shonen aspect of the manga. But then the more you read, the more dark and depressing this manga gets. Like, holy moly, how did we get here? And that's why I'm a fan and I drew so much of the characters. And this was my first drawing of Hanako-kun versus 2 years of drawing him. As you can see, my style has evolved from trying to copy the art style of the manga to being its own style. And then I started improving and refining that style I like. Now, let's dissect everything I've learned in my most recent drawing. Notice how I based the eyes and shading style I took away from the Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun manga, and then a mix of everything else I like, such as Danganronpa. I'm also into the Studio Trigger art style, so I really want to do some zany expressions they did there, and also the Persona 5 art style, where I would draw really distinct black shadow throughout the character with the use of primary colors such as red, yellow, and blue, and a pop art feel to it. I'm pretty sure there were some other art styles I forgot about, so comment down below what you think my style reminds you of, and do let me know. And with all that said and done, goodbye!